it's called, just toss this out like a cocktail party, MMORPG, a massively multiplayer online role-playing game. There's like 150 of these active and another 50 or 60 in development. This gives you some, it's really hard to read this, but this is January 9th, so this is like a 10-year path. You see that some of them go up and go down. The particular one we're looking at here, Second Life, follows this growth path. And it shows that it's 70,000 as of last year, July 2006. It's now at 2 million. So these things, when they get popular, they grow very fast. This is the chart of those from 0 to 120,000 members. There are others. There's one, and for some reason, in Asian countries, these have become enormously popular. There's one called World of Warcraft that's now up to like 7 million members. That doesn't mean they're all online at the same time. May only be 1 million or so online at the same time. But, so think of what's been pointed out. People advance in this, and they own things, and sometimes they trade things. Now, what's happened is the people have actually gone out of game and started trading virtual things on eBay. To the scale where the amount, one fellow named Castronova measured the GDP of one middle-sized game and discovered its economy to be about the size of Bulgaria. This has got to have relevance to business. We haven't quite figured it out yet. But this kind of activity surely has relevance. Some companies are getting into it. These are real companies trying to develop a virtual presence. They haven't figured it out very well yet either. So it's Toyota, there's Sign, there's GM, there's a number of John Edwards, you probably saw, had a site for his candidacy. He had a site in Second Life. There was actually a workshop. Harvard had a workshop in Second Life about marketing in Second Life. And marketing was called the Virtual Workshop on Avatar-Based Marketing. And this is some snapshots from their conference. You see some of the people attending the conference look a little bit weird, but that's part of it. Here on campus, we have the NOAA Center, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. They have a site. You can actually go, you can board one of these planes and go on a tour of a hurricane. Now, what's emerging is that this is very good for modeling physical environments and group interactions, group design, group collaboration on designing physical environments. And also you have line of sight. So for instance, we're considering a model, a mini model of the port of Miami, so the container port, where physical security is one concern. And you can model the line of sight issues. So some containers stacked and there's a truck behind them. The observation tower might be blocked. You can see these line of sight issues because you can position yourself in those positions. Here we are again in Amsterdam. Catherine, Pi keeps going back. We have recently purchased an island. This is called FIU Ryder Island. We only got it last week, so we haven't got it very developed yet. And Pi is principal developer there, so he always likes to go back and show us. Can you turn over? You can't see where I'm pointing. Go show the advertisement for this conference. It's on our island. Catherine, you're apparently at the NOAA Center. Okay. Could you jump over to the Egyptian temple? Here's a snapshot. You can sort of see the richness of the designs that are possible here. This is a snapshot taken of the Egyptian temple site. Catherine has now jumped over there. Also, Venice Beach, there was a South Beach site. These things come and go, like websites come and go. There was a South Beach site in I don't know, maybe got a little too racy or something. It disappeared after a while. By the way, if there's any questions, clarifications as we're talking, please interrupt me. I mean, I want this. We sort of have a sense that this is going to be interesting, but we want to get your input on how it might be interesting.
Didn't they make a movie about this?
Sorry?
Didn't they make a movie about this?
There's
Called Matrix?
called Matrix. There was, some aspects may have been inspired. Actually, we sometimes distinguish between those virtual worlds that are strong culture and those that are weak culture. Strong culture means it's already, like there's a number of them where it's kind of a medieval culture and you're out hunting dragons or something like that. And you don't have much, you have craftsmanship. You can sort of deal with things in the artifacts that exist in that culture, but you can't innovate. Whereas in a weak culture like Second Life, everything, by the way, I should point out, every stone, every tiny blade of grass in Second Life is put there by the users. Nothing has been predefined except the basic primitives, the three-dimensional construction. And so this is, if one of you can take us to the map, this is a map of our island. See that there? Pi is riding around in the boats. He likes to navigate around the property. I was saying about the business relevance. Well, I'm uncertain how this is going, but there is an actual economy that's going on here. And you can create things, you can own land, and you can buy and you can sell. And in Second Life, they have their own currency. It's called Linden dollars. And there is an ongoing exchange between Linden dollars and real dollars. And I'll just jump ahead a moment. It was only about 6 months ago that Second Life had its first real dollar millionaire. Her Second Life name is Zhang Zhicheng. She actually was in China when she started this. And she started a real estate company. And she broke, and so it took her 18 months, but she became a millionaire selling virtual land. Well, she'd buy the land and develop it, put office buildings on it, just like Biscayne Boulevard, develop it and resell it. So here you can sort of see properties that she has for sale. And now she has a small business. I think she has about a dozen people working for her. Again, who can be anywhere in the world. Virtual world, real money. But this, $1 million, for finance people, this is peanuts. But, on the other hand, if you think of this might have some potential in, say, developing countries, if they had enough bandwidth. These are the selling. When you sell something, you can specify how it can be transferred. You sell it to somebody and they cannot copy it, they cannot transfer it, or you allow them to copy it but not transfer it, or think of a unique object cannot be copied and can be transferred. So I buy a car from you, and then if I sell it to somebody else, I no longer have it. Sounds sort of obvious in the physical world, but in the virtual world, you have to think about these things. As I said, we're talking about group presence. What we think is the big payoff here is this notion of how we can use this technology for group learning, distributed virtual groups across the continents. How much time do I have? I go to...
Hold that thought.
Hold that thought.
You're up till 3:15.
3:15, okay.
Is that right? Yeah.
So I've mentioned some of these things, and I'm going to try to show them. So also talking a little bit about the level of realism. There's this delightful book called Understanding Comics. And the fellow has some very good insights about, how different levels of realism can affect the way you can project into it. So think about comic books you've seen, the ones that are most realistic have the least intellectual plot. Those are the action comics. And think about, like Peanuts or Mafalda. Those comics that have maybe some political satire, the figures are more abstracted. So there's some interesting, though it's not, you see our figures are not as realistic as real life.